AJ Zeglin joining us here for a brand new segment in the lab we're calling Mind Fuel. And guys, I got this music here, but I think I've used it for somebody else. So I got to get AJ some better music. I know the kind of vibe guy. I know AJ's like a rock and roll kind of dude. So Zeglin, I'll get you better walk-in music for you for this Thursday show. But AJ is where's my notes here? Where is AJ? AJ is a psychotherapist joining us from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I've known AJ a long time. He is the ultimate business athlete, changed my life, and he's going to join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays for a new segment we call Mind Fuel, because we know that you need protein to build your body. You need to get in the gym to build your body. But more importantly, you need your emotion in check. But most importantly, gentlemen, you need your mind in check. I know John Anderson's not getting in the gym and he's not doing a deadlift to 500-600 pounds if his mind isn't in check. I know Marty Fitt's not getting in the gym under the squat rack and doing a big squat 300-400 pounds unless his mind is in check. I know Rich Ingram is not getting out there and doing a fucking endurance run unless his mind is in check. So we got a segment, gentlemen, starting Tuesdays and Thursdays at this time with our expert in the lab, our official mental dude, AJ Zeglin, to talk about the power of the mind to help you guys achieve those biggest, most audacious goals. Zeglin, did I do a good job introducing you, pal?
You did a great job. I love the term there, mental dude. I might steal that one.
Title. Hey, you can remove all the big letters and stuff behind the name, and you can just call yourself the mental dude. That's just it.
Mental dude. I love
it. So, AJ, where do you want to start today, pal? Let's set up this segment for for Business Athlete Nation, what people can expect to get out of our segment every Tuesday and Thursday. Let's take a few minutes to let them get to know who you are and what you're hoping to teach Nation on Tuesdays and Thursdays. AJ.
For sure. Yeah. I've worked in the field of human performance for almost 20 years now. Started off in the strength and conditioning field. Obviously, spending a lot of time in there, you learn pretty quickly how much there is an overlap and an integration of what's going on mentally, emotionally, physically. So what I wanted to do to be able to help people be more useful, was to be able to support them on the mental and emotional side as well. That was really my pursuit in it, right? Because what I found when we worked with athletes and people all the time is we gave them very detailed instructions of how to physically accomplish goals. So if you're an athlete, you came into the gym, here's your workout. Here's where we are in your periodization for your training. Here's what your exercises look like. Here's how to do them properly. Here's the sets, reps. Here's the percentage of your maxes that we're using, blah, 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 all very detailed, right? When we send players out onto the ice or onto the field or onto the court, there's a specific practice plan. Here's the particular drills that you're going to do. This drill is then going to carry over into a small area game drill, which then we can apply to full game situations. When we're looking at the players eating, we're like, here's your nutrition. We have a chef that prepares it for you. This is the breakdown of carbs, fats, proteins, everything that we're trying to do pre-workout, post-workout. All this thing was extremely detailed. And then we would get to the mental and emotional side, and we would give very generic cues, right? Like we would just say to an athlete, hey man, you just got to let it go. You just got to forget about it, or be a pro, or, hey, you just got to figure it out. When people are probably sitting there thinking, hey, I'm trying to let this go. I made a mistake. I messed up. I'm trying to move on. Teach me how. Yes. And I felt like we were coming up short there. We were being very specific and intentional with all of our teaching and all the information we were giving to people in every sort of aspect, except for the mental, emotional side. It was just filled with generic cues without any real detailed teaching, without any structure, creating structure for these athletes to have systems to be able to follow through on this stuff and learn these skills. It's a skill like anything else. So it means there's structure to it, there's steps to it. We learn them and then we practice them and we get reps and reps at it and we get more and more skilled. So when the time comes for us to use it, we're more efficient and more effective. So that was really the genesis for the whole pursuit for me getting involved in the mental side of performance. And that kind of brings me to where we are today.
Oh man, that's good. That's real good, brother. I have it's a mental exercise that I have my clients do. They're my mentoring clients. Obviously, there's just the ones that just want to do training and nutrition, but the ones that really want to evolve. And it's an exercise, it just takes a few minutes a day, do it twice a day. It's called P3. And all it is basically, it's reprogramming the subconscious to break it down as simple as we can. P3 will help a person see a glass half full rather than half empty. And when you're seeing challenges rather than problems, when you're seeing opportunities rather than problems, the progress you make as an athlete, as a business person, or as a person in general blows people's mind. because our brains are designed to pick out problems. That's the old software, so to speak, that doesn't serve us in today's world. So my thing is I'm going to rewrite that or put a new software over the top of that program. So a person's not scanning the world looking for problems. They're scanning the world looking for the good shit, which then puts them in a great state of mind, which helps them move forward at a much faster capacity. And it's just a whole different drill.
Yeah, they're looking for the solutions.
Yeah.
I wanted to add in too. I know when I train my athletes or just even my little brothers and little sisters that play college, a lot of times I can help them with their issues because I went through it. And I'm thinking everything that you just mentioned, we get the coaching on the mechanical stuff, on the skill work, but we don't learn how to get through the emotional side. How important do you think it is, or how much does it help with you being a former athlete who's been in the same shoes as these people that you're coaching? How do you think that's more effective than a coach who maybe didn't play a sport? Do you think you have an edge over them?
Yeah, that's a great question. I really think it could go either way. I think that it really comes down to the individual and how they use their skill set, right? And how they deliver their message. So like 99% of life, it all comes down to relationships, right? And that relationship that you're able to build with that athlete or that person that you're working with. So if I have experience as an athlete myself in a similar sport, there's a connection there right away, right? There's maybe a mutual respect. They know that I went through it at a high level, just like they're going through it at a high level. And there's an understanding and appreciation there. At the same time, I've made a big part of my living in life working in hockey. Hockey was not my sport that I played growing up. I was a football guy. I played rugby. I played basketball. I didn't play hockey. So instead of seeing that as a deficit, I tried to turn that into a strength. Again, what John was talking about there, seeing the opportunity, right? Seeing the solution in it was, hey, I might be able to bring a certain point of view that would be just outside of the box of what maybe all these guys in hockey were regularly seeing or working with, right? I'd maybe have a slightly different perspective. So if I was willing to admit that I don't know everything about hockey and I got a lot to learn, which I did very early on, and you just keep learning and learning. And then at the same time, be able to offer a unique perspective and deliver it in a way that was still constructive and helpful for people, and that they knew was coming from a place of me just trying to be useful to them and trying to help them get better, then I think it was equally effective. So I think both can be true. I think it really just depends on, as coaches, our delivery of the information, right? We could take anything and turn it from a perceived negative into a positive if we deliver it properly.
Hey, you're hanging out with AJ Zeglin, the lead psychotherapist for Invictus Psychotherapy with AJ Zeglin here. He's joining us on Mornings in the Lab. He is one of the members of the Business Athlete Performance Lab, helping you guys achieve those big goals through the power of the mind. Right? We get into the gym, we lift heavy. We get into the kitchen and we build abs. Yeah, you build abs in the kitchen, guys. Oh, I thought I could go to the gym to build abs. I got to go to the kitchen to build abs. And when you want to build exactly, Marty. When you want to build the mind, you listen to guys like John Anderson and AJ Zeglin, who are teaching you things to give you guys to think about. AJ, why has it taken so long for humanity and society to catch up with this? That the power of the mind is the power that connects us to creating those abs, and the power of the mind is what connects us to creating the big muscles. Yet for so long, we've had it all ass backwards. AJ's wrapping up the segment. Why do you think it's taking us so long, in a minute or less? Why is it taking us so long for society to catch up to this?
Yeah, you know what? That's a great question. I think there's just been perceptions that have been kept up over time. And one of them is that at a certain time in our development as a society and as humans, obviously we have it better now than anyone has ever had it in the history of civilization. There's a lot of negative things that still go on now, but if you compare, we have it 1 million times better than anyone else has ever had it. We come up with things as people, we have a survival instinct, right? So we come up with things that serve us in that moment. So there was plenty of moments in history where, you know, as people, as men and as women, there had to be a certain amount of toughness that was probably portrayed to help people get through very tough times. And so I think some of that stuff served a particular purpose for those moments, for those times. And obviously, as we evolve, our times shift, the demands shift, what we need shifts, what we need to be successful shifts, what we need to function and build relationships, all that stuff, it evolves over time. You could look at a whole bunch of aspects of a society and see how they've evolved over the years. So I think this is just one of them, right? It's just following suit with the evolution of us as a species and us as a society. And it's just keeping up with the demand of the times and what are the skill sets that will help us be successful in those moments.
Awesome. Mind Fuel with AJ Zeglin, Tuesdays and Thursdays, mornings in the lab with Keith and friends, 7:45 Central Time, 8:45 Eastern Time. We drop it Tuesdays and Thursdays. AJ is joining the conversation. If you got questions, you got comments, you got concerns about mental toughness and building that strong brain, bring them to the show on Tuesdays and Thursdays for AJ. Every single day, we're going to drop questions and comments to help you guys achieve those big ass goals. AJ, thanks for coming by today, pal. Did this work out as good for you as we were hoping it was going to work out today, brother?
Yeah, it did. It worked out great. I always appreciate the opportunity to be here. I always appreciate the opportunity to see you guys. I was able to jump on a little early and catch some of your show before I popped on this morning. And I love it. It's always entertaining, always informational. And I'm excited about being here.
Awesome. We're bringing Christina Flynn on stage. Flinner, we got Zeglin's first segment done today. Oh, you're muted, Christina. We got AJ's first segment coming up here. Yeah. So we got a rookie here in the lab, AJ. We're teaching her the ropes.
Oh.
Listen.
No, is her audio working? No audio from Christina.
I can hear.
There she is. You got it, kid.
Good?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Come at me, Keith. Come at me.
Hey, we got our first one done with AJ. I think you did pretty good. Did we do pretty good with AJ today, Christina?
AJ, you rocked it. You killed it. I think this is such an important conversation in so many different aspects, and I can't wait to dig into it with you.
Yes. You can find AJ here Tuesdays and Thursdays. And AJ, where can people find you if they heard you today and they're like, oh, I want to go talk to this guy so he can help tune my brain up, Mr. Zeglin?
Yeah, you can find me on social media. I should probably do a better job with my social media. Maybe this will be a good for me to start. But at Invictus or at AJ Zeglin.
Awesome. So you listen, just come find AJ in the lab. We'll get you sorted out with AJ. You'll come find us in the lab. Lauren's got a good comment here. Love this. Well done, AJ. Good job, brother. You go have yourself a great day. Go and kick ass and go and win the day. We'll bring you back on Thursday. AJ, love having you around here, pal. Good having you here this morning on Mornings in the Lab with AJ Zeglin. Okay.